Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, a huge massive thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. So apologies again for the quite a long absence really. I'll tell you more about what I've been up to, but just basic things that needed doing around the house, and it just got to the point where it had to be done. And because it just takes, I have a certain amount of energy per day. I don't generate more energy during the day. I just get tireder and tireder. So I had to, you know, I could do bits and then I have to stop, and I just literally can't really do anything else, which is a bit of a pain in the bum really, but that's my life at the moment. But anyway, we've got this Hunkydory Humour. I've got the Just to Say one. This is the green one. All of them seem to have 4 sort of really large toppers with a sentiment on, massive sentiment, some little sub sentiments, and I'm not sure if it's got a border on each one, but it's definitely on this one it has. So the ones that I'm going to be using today, I think I'm definitely going to be using the Wow Look at All the Shiny Foil, You Must Be Really Special, and the sub sentiment, You Mean So Much to Me, Just Don't Make a Big Deal of It, okay. And I'm not sure whether it's going to be the green or the pink one. I've picked this green edge to edge foiled piece. It's sort of got the same pattern on as this one. And this came out of the companion kit. You get two of each design. So you've got the presents in the purple and cream, sprinkles in light blue and pink, stars in burgundy and black, this diamonds, not diamonds, triangles in the dark blue and green. This dark green with the faces on is my favourite, but you've got it in yellow as well. Got some leopard print in orange and purple, some sort of bokeh in light blue and light green, and then you've got this lovely dotty pattern as well with a dark pink sort of fuchsia colour and red. You only get 16 sheets of that though, and you do get 32 sheets of your these sentiment ones. So, you know, there's a good chance you may get to use up some of the papers that you have as well. So I thought, because it's my first time back for a while, I'm going to go in a little bit easy. So let's bring in a piece of 6 by 12 cardstock, and I'm going to need my trimmer. Let's pop that around that side. So I'm just going to pop this in at 2 inches. And I'm going to cut from 1 inch to 6.5. I just feel like these toppers are perfect for the sort of pop-up centre cards that I did. So that was the first one that I wanted to do. Then I'm going to turn it around, do exactly the same on the other side, 2 inches. And we're going from 6.5 to 1. Now what I am going to do, just move it out of the way, is just put some of my score lines in. So in the centre I'm going across at 1 and 1.5, and then if I turn that around, I'm not going to be able to do the 6.5 one on there unless I put the arm out, so we won't do that one on there. Okay, so bring in our adorable scoreable, and the first thing I'm going to do is just go over those score lines that I did there, and then I'm going to go across this 6-inch one right the way across, and then if I bring in my ruler at 6.5, I'm just going to go across the middle. Oops. Oh, do you know? There we go. Got you. Right, so that is all we need to do with that one. Let's pop that out of the way. And then if I bring that in, it will practically fold itself up. Just ease those folds in. And then what I can do is just go over those folds. And I'm going to end up with a card with a little pop out front like that, and when it's standing, this piece sort of stands at an angle, so the sentiment is going to be quite prominent on it, which is another reason why I like this card, or this card style. I did sort of find it when I found this card, it did have another piece that's supposed to go on it, and I can't find the card again to see what that next piece was, but it was a lovely little card. So sorry, my mat is moving and grooving. Let me just grab a little piece of Hunkydory tape, and I'm just going to pop a little piece of it underneath, and hopefully that will keep my mat still. There we go. And sometimes I just do this just to keep it in place, but then I come along with my embossing machine, and because it rocks so much, it moves it. Right, let's bring in the trimmer. Let's do some mats and layers. So I'm going to be going with the gold foil, because these are all gold foil, and I'm going to, this piece here needs to be 2 notches under the 2, and 2 notches under the 6. That's good. Pick that up. And then this again is going to be the same, 2 notches under the 2 by 2 notches under the 6. And then this piece here, I believe, was 4.5. Let's do it with the inches, that will be helpful. Yep, 4.5. So we can cut it to 2 notches under the 2. And then we want that at 4.5 minus 2 notches. And then the last little piece here I'm going to do is going to be 2 notches under the 1 inch. And again 2 notches under the 2. So it's just, you could leave that out if you wanted to, but I always pop it in. Okay, so from this piece here, I'm going to start by cutting that at 5 3/4. I just feel like that's the best way to make the most use out of it. And then I want to cut a piece that's 1 3/4. I want to do that twice. So that's 1 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then if I cut this piece up 1 3/4, we've got a decent size there that could still be a mat and layer elsewhere, which is why I cut it at 5 3/4 first. And then I want to go to 4 1/4 for this mat there. You're not going to see much of it, but I know you know how I like it to all matchy. And then 3/4 of an inch for there. Put that piece in there so I don't get confused. Okay. So the glues I'm going to be using, same ones I always do. In here I've got the Clout all-purpose glue, and in this one I've got the Clout tacky glue. The all-purpose glue is the same or very similar to Hunkydory construction glue. It's alcohol-based glue, and this PVA, the tacky glue, is a sort of form of PVA glue, water-based glue. So I like to put a bit of both glues on my, when I'm gluing things down, just best of both worlds. And I was listening to Hunkydory the other day, and I think somebody did say that they'd had a problem with, they were using the construction glue, and sometimes the cardstock was peeling away. So I've never had that problem, so I don't quite know. Mind you, I don't use the construction glue, I use the Clout, but it's basically the same stuff. So you have to let me know if you have that problem, but I haven't, touch wood, I haven't had that problem. So all I'm going to do is just go ahead, just as neatly as I can, pop these layers on. So the first thing, while I'm gluing these layers on, I'll tell you about what I was up to. So the first thing I did for the first 4 days, because we had some quite nice weather, I had bought myself a new greenhouse. It's like one of these ones with the plastic sheets in, you know, like, I can't think, I want to say polyfill, but it's not polyfill, but it's got like it's not corrugated, but it's like the new version of it, you know, where it's kind of like squares or tubes. It's got a name and the name is escaping me. But anyway, it was supposed to be a 2-man construction job, but there's not 2 men in this house, so it had to be a 1-woman construction job. It did take me 3 days to put the thing together, to be honest, mainly because the instructions were really bad, and a lot of the screws you had to slide down a channel first of all, and then that, you know, later on, you know, 5 steps down the road you find out why you'd done that, and quite a few times it didn't really make it clear that you had to do that. But anyway, and I'll tell you something as well, and this is not a normal use for this tape, but I was using it to keep because the panels kept sliding about, really you did need somebody else to hold it, but I taped them to that to hold them in place while I was doing bits and pieces, and worked perfectly. And even though we had some light rain the following day, the tape was still on there. So if you're ever in the position where you have to put a greenhouse together by yourself, that tape is outstanding. So that was the first job anyway. And then the second job, when all the rains, well, I knew it was going to rain, but we had all the rain, and that was I had to get back to my bedroom because I had been sleeping down here since Mum got really sick. And even though she's been gone a year and a half, well, nearly a year and 3/4 now, I hadn't been able to get back in my room, mainly because it had become a dumping ground, and like I said about my energy levels, you know, it was a question of so much to do to get it right. So, and I wanted to put a carpet in there because of Henry's joints. He has problems with his joints, and carpeted surfaces are better for him. So I'm just going to pop this one out. This is what I was thinking, and then maybe this one along here. Yeah, I like that, although it does clash quite a bit. Yeah, so it all had to be carpeted as well, so that's why it took so long. So apologies it did take so long, but it's done. I am now back in my room, and then because I'm now on a proper bed instead of my fold-up bed that I had down here, that kind of threw my back out because it's been a long time since I've slept in such a firm bed. Why are you moving? Let me just grab that. But yeah, so it's been a bit of fun and games. I've sort of taken the opportunity as well. Could have gone over a little bit, but it's going to be hidden behind here. And this is 1mm foam pads. This is the Affix-It one. So sort of taking the opportunity as well to have a little bit of a sort out. So that's always fun, isn't it? Finding things that you forgotten you had. Okay, so the camera just cut out a little bit, but I don't think I missed anything because I was watching it, but I was kind of expecting it to, with it not being used for a couple of days, well, a long time. Okay, so what I did in that time was just peel the backs off the 1mm foam pads. So just going to pop some tacky glue on to give me a little bit of wiggle room time. And I'm going to pop that quite high because when it stands up it will stand forward. And again, I'm going to put this one across the bottom. So really you could miss that little bit out if you wanted to. Okay, then I was thinking gems. Now the gold ones, I think you don't really see them quite so much. Let's have a little look. I kind of feel like the black ones stand out. Let me just see. The green ones I've got are all light green. But I thought maybe if I go with these sort of charcoaly ones, they are they're not too far away from that green, you know. And I think these are the shimmer gems. These ones I think probably came in, oh, let me just put that back. Probably came in a goodie bag, because I don't remember them coming in a pack of anything. So I'm just going to use my knife, and I think we'll go 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to do, if I can get that one up, come on now, do the same on this side. This one looks a little lighter than that one, but I don't know why. And then that one there. Okay, and then I'm gonna go over one that corner that way. I think maybe, let me just pop that one up if I can. Might go with the bigger one. A little bit sticky on there. Should come off quite nicely because it's foiled. I'll put that there, ready to be done. I'm just going to come in with this bigger one. There we go. So all that needs now is going to be an insert from probably the insert book, or it might be a printed one. And you can see it's really in your face. I mean, it really is. Wow, check out all the shiny foil on this one. So that is card number 1, and I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, I'm going to do like a simple sort of stepper card, not like the. It's just going to be a 2-step one. So I'm just going to pop my 6x12 cardstock in. I'm going to score at 2 and at 4. And then I'm going to turn that around because I've got the smaller board, and score at 4 again. So if you've got the bigger board, you'll go at 2, 4 and 8. I can technically score at 8, but because the it's the edge of the score bit there, always goes a bit funny, so I always sort of turn it around. Just easier for me to do it that way. And then I'm just going to score these up and down, and I'll show you the shape we get in a second. Let's just give those a really good crease down. There we go, and you're going to end up with that sort of shape, sort of an M but not, and that's going to be my card. So let's grab a piece of gold mirror card again, because we are mostly gold foiled in this kit, I believe. And bring my trimmer in. This one is 2x6 and this one is 4x6. So if I take that 2 notches under the 6, first of all, rotate that around once, and then I can do 2 notches under the 2. For that piece there, and 2 notches under the 4 for a piece on the back. I am going to still work with the cardstock that I have here. So this is that piece that was left over from the last one, and I'm going to use it to cut this front piece in. So I need to go 1 3/4. and that's going to pop into there quite nicely. Now I'm in two minds about, because I am using, I think I'm going to use the pink one, so it would really stand out if we do that on the back as well. But the other thing I could also do is, I did just grab one of the little Duo design books. This is the Glittertastic one, and you know, we've got the greens there, or some green glitter. So I did think maybe of having, let's do that, let's, because you only get 16 sheets of that edge to edge foiling, because obviously it is a luxury cardstock. So, and I'm going to aim for this green piece more than anything else, so that needs to be 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And even if you do get some in, it's the pink which will match that anyway. But those pieces I will pop back into my book, because you don't want to waste those. And I think that's it for this one, nice and simple. Oh, the other thing I wanted was a little piece of ribbon. I think, let's bring these in so we can see where we're at. This one's going on there, that one's going on there, that's going above there, and then we've got this one here which is going to go across there. Let's put that out of the way. I do want a nice little piece of pink ribbon, and I have got a raspberry or a sort of dark pink. Let's just grab these out. So I've got this one, or I've got this there, it's going to be that one. So let's just grab ourselves a piece of ribbon and a piece for bow. Just clip that back together so it stays nice and neat. Okay, let's pop those to the side. So let's do a little bit of matting and layering. So this is paper, so I don't like to use the PVA glue on the back of here, so I'm going to use my all-purpose glue, and then my brand new Dotty Hunkydory tape pen, and I have to say it feels really comfortable in my hand, and I do struggle a little bit with my hands, so that does feel really nice in my hand. Not that the other one didn't feel nice, but you know, it's just a big difference between the two. Of that one does fit quite nicely. So this one I'm going to pop, because we're going back onto that cardstock, and come back in with that tacky glue. Oops. Get that on nicely. Nice and even. And then I'm going to need a little bit of red liner tape. I'm going to pop this onto the back. And hopefully that's not moved, but we're just going to grab this ribbon, pop that about halfway across, just get that where it looks comfortable on my eye. Let's leave a bit go in the bin. I always like to just pop a little bit of tacky glue underneath and on top of the ribbon, just to stop it fraying. A little bit of glue And then our normal glue. Stay down ribbon. And there's no right way or wrong way on this one. One's on, so it looks quite nice like that. Make sure I do that way around. So this Humour kit, because you know, even if you do buy the edge-to-edge foiling, if you just get one pack, it's a perfect opportunity to use up some of those papers, like I did say earlier, because a lot of the books will go with them, especially the duo design ones. Okay, so that is how we are looking at the moment. Glitter and sparkle. So I want this one to go over on the top edge there. So I just need to put some 1mm foam pads along the bottom half. So that's nice and easy to remember as long as I've got it up the right way. That should be fine. And then this one again, just again with the 1mm foam pads. And in half. And then we'll just make sure we've got a nice amount of stick. Apologies for not the wire that time. Just turn the camera off, sorry. But again, I did notice it, so you shouldn't have missed anything. I'll only find out when I download this back, but hopefully we should be okay. But it did come straight back on. But so I'm just putting some tacky glue across there. And I'm going to come over to the right hand side with this one, I think. It'd be nice if that was a little bit straighter. Yeah, that's fine. And then just some tacky glue on the back. And I'm just going to hold that down, and I actually want to make sure this doesn't go over the 6-inch mark, but we're well within that halfway mark. There we go. So we've got our scent with love, because I'd feel bad if I didn't. Or and I've got these. Sorry, it's going to crinkle. Oh no, it won't, because I've opened them that way. So I've got these hot pink pearls. I don't think I've got any other pinky ones. Those ones. And I think we will go with these, but I'll kind of go with these sort of more muted ones on this side. I am going to do a bow, so don't let me forget that. But I'm going to pop one standard arrangement here. And then we'll grab, actually we'll go with these bigger ones, and I'm going to put one down the bottom there. We'll leave that little one on his own. And there. So let's pop those back. We'll keep it a little bit tidy. And then the last thing we need is that bow. So I'm going to bring my little, this is an old Glitter Girls bow maker, but Hunkydory do have one which I believe is better, because you can move the pegs where you want them to go, which means you can do more things with them, like make tassels and pom-poms. I think it would be quite hard, or harder at least, to do it with that one. It's not very expensive either. I think it's something like £3. It's really cheap. Okay, so I'm just tied my little bow. We're just smarten those little ends up. Now, decide where I want this to go, because I do need to clamp it down so that it sticks. I could just pop it along there. Let's do that. Okay, so smooth that off. So I'm going to use some PVA glue. Could use your glue dots. I tend to find I haven't had a lot of success with glue dots, to be honest. I've found this PVA glue, this tacky glue has been better. And I've got a new pair of reverse tweezers. So I'm just going to pop that on, and I would leave that on for around about 10 minutes for that to set enough for me to take that off, and then that bow will be on there really well stuck down. So let me just pack those glues away a second. I'll bring in that first card. So these are my 2 cards today. Like I say, it is a lovely kit, and I think you can send this to a lot of different people as well. That's the brilliant thing about it, you know, anyone that you like to have a bit of a laugh with. And I think if you are making cards to sell, they are going to be really popular, because everyone has that one friend that they say maybe slightly inappropriate things to, but you know, that other people might take the wrong way, but it's a sort of in joke between the two of you, if you know what I mean. But that's it for today. So like I said, 2 nice and easy cards for coming back. I am going to stick with this kit, and I think there are 8 different sheets, so that will be 8 videos. Tomorrow is World Card Making Day, so I'm hoping to have a little play and at least put some pictures up. I'm not sure if I'll do a video. I do feel like you deserve one after I've been away so long, so I might try. But if I do, it might be with something a little bit different than Hunkydory. We'll see how it goes. But that's it for now. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I know there's been quite a few of you while I've been off, which really always surprises me. But I guess you find you find people when you find them, really, don't you? But glad to have you along on my little crafting journey. Thank you for the messages as well that I've received. I know a couple of people were thinking that I was poorly, but I wasn't. I was just had to do some bits and pieces. But I'll be back for definite in a couple of days. So today's Friday, so back for definite on Sunday. But if you're lucky, you might get an extra video tomorrow. But until then, take care of yourselves. Happy crafting. Bye bye.